Hello everyone. Let's take a minute to talk about embedded code on our websites. Embedded code is a great resource and is especially useful for those who want to create WebQuest projects for their students in education. But generally, embedded code is just a great way to spice up our own websites. Here you see my website, Morgan Shaner. This is my Google Sites for my professional portfolio. And I've already added an embedded video from YouTube that you can see right here that introduces anyone who comes by, introduces myself to them. And this is a nice little tool, little resource that you can add to your own website, a video or image or interactive something that you can put to make it more interesting rather than just a whole bunch of text information that might be a little bit overwhelming. You can use different resources like this, multimedia, to spice it up, keep it interesting. And this is especially useful for the classroom because capturing students' interest is essential to motivating them to learn. So let's take a look at this. I've created an embedded code little tab where we can experiment with our embedded code so that we don't mess up anything else. That's probably your first step. Create an experimental test sort of chamber, if you will. And we're going to go into the editing mode of this. But first, before we add our code, we have to first get our code. And from that there's a lot of resources where you can find embedded code. You can find cool games and images that you can embed in your website. But for this example, we're just going to use, or I'm going to use, a YouTube clip that I created with some of my group members on best classroom management practices. This is a video that we made as a group, and how we're going to get this embedded code is we need to go down here to share. Go ahead, click that, and you'll see the first thing that share gives you is a bunch of basically links to social media resources and a hyperlink that you can use this. You can copy and paste this anywhere and it will bring you to YouTube at this video. But actually we don't want that because that is going to bring you to YouTube. It's going to take you away from our website. So what we want to do is put this video onto our website, which is called embedding. And you click on embed and you get this piece of code basically here. There's a few different options to change some parts of the code. But we're not going to worry about that right now because Google Sites is going to kind of take care of this stuff already for us. So what we just need here is just this piece right here. We're going to copy and we're going to take this over to our website. And we can't paste it here because this is where Google Sites is writing what's actually going to be shown onto the web page. So just for example, let's type that in there. Let's put that in there. And what we're going to see is that the code is not being embedded because we told Google Sites this is what we want to be on. This is what we want to be shown on the web page. We don't actually want the code to be read by the computer because what embedded code is, it's just it's part of an HTML code, which is a language that the computer reads. So we don't want the humans to read this. We don't want the website to show this to our visitors. We want the computer to read this. And how we're going to do that is we're going to go up here and put it into our HTML source or the HTML code that Google Sites is going to tell the computer to read. And you just go up here, click this HTML thing that says HTML. And this is where we're going to paste our embedded code, just like that. And we can update it, and we'll see that now we do have a YouTube video in our code. Now that it's in the HTML code, it's being read by the computer and being interpreted as an actual video. And we'll for demonstration purposes, let's put a border and a title. We're going to put embedding test as our title, and let's just see how this looks. So there we have it. We actually have our video. And now this is what, now the visitor is actually seeing the video because we told the computer through the HTML code to present this to the visitors instead of actually having the visitors reading the code, which is just a bunch of gibberish that is supposed to tell the computer what to do. So we have everything in the correct place, and we can actually view our video in our website, on my Google Sites website. We are watching my video from YouTube, which is really cool, really convenient. And we told Google Sites to do some things like put a border that you can see here and a title. So our next step is making this video, editing it, changing it to however we would like it. And Google Sites makes this really easy, and a lot of website editing tools make this very easy. For example, we can move the video to be in the center, and we can change the size of it a little bit like this. Make it a little bit bigger, and change the border and title if we'd like to. And you can see now it just popped up. It's a little bit bigger and it's centered. Now this is changing the embedded code that's in the HTML section of the website. And Google Sites makes that very easy to do. But if you don't have a website editor, you might have to go into the HTML code by yourself and actually change it. And we'll see when we go back into the HTML code, it has been changed a little bit because the kind of widget thing, the information you gave it before, Google Sites has sort of translated it into its own preferred code, HTML style that the rest of the website uses. So there's just not a conflict, and that's why it looks a little bit different from what we put in before. And there's a whole lot of stuff we can see now added to our code, and most of it we don't need to worry about. The majority of it, like all of this stuff, is just telling the website, the computer, which video to find on the YouTube servers and which one to show in this embedded video, in this embedded video box. What we want to worry about is everything after that. This is the stuff that if you are working with the actual code, the actual HTML language, this is the stuff that you would be changing if you wanted to change some parts of it, like we were doing in the Google Sites. The nice convenient tools they gave us to modify, change the size, add a title and border and stuff like that. This is where all that information is being held and being changed when you're actually modifying that in the menu system. And we can actually do that ourselves. We don't need the menu system, even though it's a convenience. But this is where we can actually do the same thing, but with the code. So we can see, aligned center. So this is what is moving the video to the center of the screen. We can change that if we really want to. Maybe we could put it to the right. So this is going to move it, instead of being centered, it's going to be on the right of the website. Border title, this is the title that showed above it. So let's change this. Maybe we can say changed title. This is going to change the title that is over the video being displayed. Height, this is the actual height of the video being shown, and the width, which are in actually two different places. You can see here's the height and here's the width over here. Now one issue with changing the height and the width is you want the dimensions to be pretty much the same. Because if you change one dimension more than the other, like the height more than the width, then the player where the video is in is going to look off, because the dimensions are made for the video. It's made to fit the video that I have chosen, my classroom management video. And if we change this, we change the height without changing the width in the same with the same dimensions in mind of the video, the player is going to look a little bit off. And let's just see that. Yeah. Okay. So you can see the changes that we've made to the HTML code, to the embedded code, have already taken place. The video is moved to the right of the website. The video is stuck to the right-hand side of our website right now, and the title has been changed to exactly what we said. And you can see the video player is a little bit off. See, I increased the height of the video player, and now you see we have a big black box where the extra height is. It's the unnecessary height that the actual video that I've made does not fit those dimensions, so it just the video player just adds an extra box because it doesn't know what else to put there, because there's no video information. So that could be an issue, and that's why we want the dimensions to be always the same with this video, with whatever video we're working with. So let's keep the dimensions somewhat at the same ratio, but we can change some other things, like, for example, the border. If you say you don't want the border, change that from true to false. Whatever's between these, true to false. If we don't like the title, so this will take the title completely away. This changed title won't even be shown anymore because we turned it to false, which is just like an on and off switch. True is on, false is off. Wrapping. If you want text to wrap around an element, text to wrap around an image or something like that, so you have an image in between some layers of text or something like that. Width and height, this is kind of a repeat of information. You don't really need to worry about that because this supersedes that stuff. So whatever you change here is going to change there, so you don't really have to worry about that stuff. And here's a few more style parts that really aren't going to affect your video, your embedded code, your video being displayed. It could affect the website, the layout a little bit, but probably not something you need to worry about at this point. We've gone over the basics, and now you can see what we changed. We got rid of the title and the border, and then you can see it is gone. Does no longer say changed title. There's no border anymore. So now we just have our code, our nice video put to the right side, and there you have it. You have embedded a YouTube video into your website, and during this tutorial we have changed the dimensions of the video. We've changed some of the other parameters like borders and title, and the alignment of the video on the web page. We've done that through using the Google Sites website, using their tools, but also using the HTML code, which is something that we can use on all websites. So it doesn't matter what website tools or developing tools you're using, all websites will read HTML code like that. So you can now embed code on whatever website you wish to do it on. So get out there and start embedding. Thanks for watching.